You're on the air with Jason Lauren. Clint's here as well. Let's say hello to our next guest.
Our next guest has had a very impressive entertainment career. He's done radio. He's done television. He's released 2 ARIA-nominated albums. Wait, really?
Sometimes it pays to simply just be annoying.
The only thing more impressive is perhaps the great charity work he's been doing with FightMND. Please welcome to the show, Matt Tilley.
Hey!
Tilley, good morning.
Radio's come a long way, like a fully produced intro.
Oh, yeah, we don't muck around, mate.
But still getting the facts wrong like we used to.
Did we? What did we get wrong?
4 albums, not 2, and they were...
Oh, nice early flex.
No, because I know a lot of it will have come off Wikipedia, which also has the wrong place for where I was conceived.
But Wikipedia, anyone can make
so.
things up. I think mine's been saying I'm about 47 for about 7 years.
Anyone can edit it, but I do know that someone famous got caught editing their own.
Who was that?
They developed no, I can't tell you.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You can't tell half the story.
Football commentator.
Okay.
Brian Taylor.
No.
Bruce McAvaney.
I want to talk about other things.
Bruce McAvaney.
We'll get to that.
Now, many people, I mean, you are now the CEO of FightMND, but many people will remember you, if they're in the cars and they're just hearing your voice, will remember you from your radio days.
Yeah, possibly.
How many years?
Depends how old they are. They've still got their license.
How many years did you do Brekkie?
25, 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because Matt Tilley was a reason I wanted to get into radio, because
We
once
did do
upon
radio
a time
together.
when Matt was doing the Matt and Joe show, Joe was off, I think, for a week, and I was maybe 20 and I filled in.
Did you? How'd you go? Or how did she go?
She was brilliant. And can I say, backed up on the Tuesday after the Brownlow.
Oh!
Yeah.
She would have been a treat to work with that, though.
Well, I'd
The walk
worn-
of shame down Clarendon Street.
It was actually a walk of shame, I think, because I'd worn this really expensive necklace to the Brownlow, which was like $300,000 or something. And I'd had a few too many champagnes the night before, and we couldn't get it off. So I had to turn up to the radio show in this like
Just hung her headphones off it.
diamond encrusted
$300,000
necklace.
diamonds.
Was that in this building as well?
Yeah.
Was it
Wow.
here?
Yeah, it was here.
Was
you
it?
spent many years in this building. If only the walls could talk.
We always
Well,
say...
everything was recorded.
Yeah, right. We always wonder if we'll be hanging out together in 10 years. Do you still hang out with the old co-hosts?
Oh, we text.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We've
Times
got chat
change.
groups.
Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, do you? Like WhatsApp groups?
Yeah.
Hey,
Good old days.
let's talk the Big Freeze coming up
Yes.
this weekend. Most important day on the Melbourne calendar.
I reckon.
Are you enjoying your work with FightMND?
Yeah, loving it. Like getting to go to the footy and getting a free beanie. Like, I know you guys get concert tickets and stuff,
Yeah.
but that's my jam. And sausages in bread at Bunnings when you go and grab your
Yes.
beanie there.
I was down at Bunnings with you the
Yes.
other day doing and in fact, Jason, you popped down too and said hello. Now, the Big Freeze is a massive event on the calendar here in Melbourne. In fact, I would say it's one of the iconic footy games of the year. You've got the big slide.
Yep.
Who have we got going down it so far?
Iconic Australians is the theme, and some could go as themselves. Got Mark Taylor,
Oh,
Ariana
yeah.
Tubman,
Tubby Taylor.
Shervo. So there's a bit of sporty stuff
Have you
there as well.
ever gone down the slide?
No.
You should be going down the
Yeah.
slide.
I've been iced a bit in the last week, I got to say. I went down a
Can you
slide in the
clarify
Gold
that?
Coast yesterday. We're not regional radio. I went down a slide ahead of Mac Andrew on the Gold Coast yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Who's
And
Mac
he
He's
was
Andrew?
tall, man. He's
So-
a ruckman for the Suns.
And he was wearing just hot pink Speedos.
Of course.
He's
Oh,
shooting
yes.
these heritage rights.
Good
So he
rig.
looked
Yes.
magnificent. I've never felt more middle-aged and white and flabby in my life. They're like,
Did you wear hot pink Speedos?
No, I did not. Well, the
Fighting hot
vitamin D
shirt.
black.
Hey, Matt, it's one thing to sort of look outside in at a charity like FightMND. What's it like to immerse yourself in it? Because the Danaher family, we've had Jan on the program, we've had the girls
program.
and
It's
Ben
very
as
formal.
well. What is it like being inside? Because they are truly. I mean, inspirational is a little bit cliche, but they are.
Yeah.
It started around a kitchen table, right? And literally, it is like this couple of weeks, Jan's getting dinner ready. Like, she is just a dynamo. She's in there first. She's out there last. She's on the phone. She's like, run down the street, grab me 10 more pairs of socks. Like, it's fabulous. That's a really great energy to be around. But we also have like a team of 7 scientists who are speaking to the top researchers around the world, assessing their grants, seeing how many millions we're going to give to this particular research project. And then we often deal with people who have MND who aren't in the same situation as Neil. The average life expectancy is just 27 months.
That's
So
amazing, isn't it?
They move through our organisation quickly, and that's that's quite a big burden to sort of be. You get to know people, you know them really well, and then you realise we're going to lose them.
It's so sad. How long ago was Neil diagnosed?
Well, 11 years. It's Big
How's
Freeze.
that?
Big Freeze 11. So he is an absolute outlier.
Well,
but
I
he's a
don't-
fighter as well.
Yeah.
I don't think many people in Australia had heard about MND until Neil Danaher
I hadn't.
really put it on the map. And the people that were familiar with it were obviously
This
had
is so true.
a connection to it.
I was chatting, I don't often say this, I was chatting to an Oxford professor the other day who was out here, and he said all his life he's been heading up research for MND, and when he goes out to dinner parties still and says what he does, they're like, oh, MND, what's that? And he goes, I come here, and the bloke in the servo knows what it
Yes.
is,
Yeah.
he's wearing a beanie,
Yep.
like the whole city, and we are now a global epicenter for research and investment.
Amazing.
Neil Danaher spoke to the Melbourne boys yesterday. He gives them a rev up before King's birthday every year, and we covered it on the news last night. Here it is.
Don't wait for a crisis to learn that you are more powerful than you think, and never underestimate the ripple effect of one small act of courage on the field or off it.
Now,
Imagine being in that room.
Well, what's extraordinary or more extraordinary about that is the technology that lets Neil speak again, find his voice. It's AI technology. How does that work, Matt? And you actually can give people, MND sufferers who lose their voice back to an extent.
Yeah, eventually people only really have their eyes and their conscience to communicate with the world. So what they can do now, the technology is incredible. If you are diagnosed now, you can go and put down 50 phrases, key phrases that they have, and that will do your whole vocabulary and intonation and everything else.
So
Now-
you do that yourself
Yeah.
early, but with
So once you
Neil,
do- well, Neil-
because he had so many recordings of him
That's
speaking,
right.
and managed to do
Yeah,
it.
once we took all the swearing out, it limited the recordings. He's a coach.
Yeah.
So it's phenomenal. Yeah, they've just gone and done that
Wow.
from media grabs and
That
things
gave
like
me
that.
goosebumps hearing that. I feel like
It
we
is,
haven't heard
and
his voice
I-
before.
well,
But also,
a little-
for their independence to get that back would
Yeah.
be priceless.
Neil wasn't that keen for it, right?
Really?
I never like to speak beyond the family's boundaries, but I think they're comfortable with this. But his grandkids wanted to hear what their grandfather sound like rather than a computer voice.
How
Isn't that beautiful?
precious.
And he was like, okay, let's do it.
Can I also say a massive thank you to Neil and the team, because as someone who looks more like a garden gnome in a beanie, this year there's a digital option.
This is big.
Talk us through
This
the
is great for
digital
us
beanie.
massive
Just
heads out there.
launched yesterday. People with big heads, girls who don't want to muck up their hair.
Yeah.
Hotheads. If you're a hothead.
Well, Jace looks like he's going to rob your house if he puts a beanie on.
He's going to look like a cyber criminal, right? Give him a hoodie. So bigfreeze.com.au, we grabbed that website,
Yep.
right? And you go there and you donate by buying a digital beanie,
Yep.
right? So $25, same as the other beanie, except this one's tax deductible.
Hello.
Oh,
You
great,
get a
because you
receipt.
don't get anything in
Yeah.
return.
Then you can personalise it. So across the band of the beanie, you can put your name, your nickname, your
Cool.
brothers, sisters, kids' names.
We've got one on the screen now. You put Jason Lauren on the front. Is it true that there was a meeting in the back end to ban words that you can't put on?
There are 368 words of shame that we have removed from the software.
Oh, my God.
So you can try all you like. And I
How
would
was
have.
that meeting?
Yeah.
Were there a few that
It's
you
a
were
lot
like,
of fun.
let's just sneak that one through
Yeah, there
and
was
see
a
if
couple.
anyone...
No one would think of that.
I know you feel
thought of
bad
it.
bringing something up. Don't judge me, but I have heard
So-
kids use this.
The plan is to we want to fill the G by Queen's birthday, so we want to sell 100,000 of them. It's a little bit like the McGrath test wanting to fill
Yeah.
that
Yep.
ground. But this is the whole of Australia, and you get some fun to put on socials.
So
I
you
love
posted
this.
on socials on
Yeah.
Big Freeze Day.
Yeah,
Big-
do it today. Get in
Oh,
early.
do
They
it
could
early.
sell out.
Okay.
They can't sell out. It's digital.
Bigfreeze.com.
We'll take all the money.
.au, just $25. Otherwise, you can get the beanies, Bunnings stores.
Yes, Coles.
You got it.
Ready Express.
Hey, Matt, congratulations. The campaign seems to get bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah, well, that's because more and more people get behind it. We can't take all the credit.
It's awesome.
It's just a beautiful community moment.
Well
Good on you,
done
Matt.
for everything you and the Danahers and
Yeah.
everyone else behind the scenes are doing.
Matt Tilley joining us on the air. Good to have you back on the air with us, mate.
Thank you, guys. Great to see you.
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
Follow them on the socials.